that was my biggest surprise was to see everybody, CNN, MSNBC, I mean, you name it, every single ABC, everybody, AP, everybody immediately came out. Any news outlet that was center left or left, the expectation of center right and right is immediately to say this we going for Trump no matter what, right? But center left or left, you were expecting him to come out and make some kind of an argument, you know what I mean, about maybe he wasn't. Like, no, no, no. Immediately, everybody was like, "This was a fiasco. This was painful to watch. There's no way. There's no way. We have to make some choices. He cannot be the person going into. So now this opens the door to what are the potential scenarios. We're going to talk about that for a second. For me, there's a couple of things that I want to mention to you. One of them is there was missed opportunities for both. Believe it or not, even though everybody's saying this was actually one of the better debates with Donald Trump. I think he actually did better when he was debating Hillary Clinton. You can actually say that he was able to keep himself with certain level of presidential presence. You know what I mean? He was presidential in the sense that he did not lose. He was poke. He kept composure, and he was able to carry on the conversation. At the end, it almost got a little crazy with the whole golfing thing. That was a
Golf.
little. Yeah, that was a. But by the way, he was the one who made the correction about the comedy, like almost like saying, "I'm going to be the grown up in the room," and say, "Let's not behave.
Right.
Let's not go into a children's conversation." And let's not behave as one. Misses from both ends. For Joe Biden, the whole opportunity to talk about abortion. He couldn't even stay on the topic, first of all. And that could have been his number one argument, appealing to female vote and all of that is connected was to that was the topic for him to maximize. For Donald Trump, the topic was the border. I'm actually I was looking I was literally saying things to the TV. Why are you not saying this? Or why are you not saying that? Why are you not talking about comparing? You can just compare the records. You can also compare the negative impact in terms of crime and cost. And it's not just the cost of money, but it's also the cost of lives. You know what I mean? That's taking place as a result of that. So those two topics, right? I think that they were the strongest topics for each, and each one of them, didn't maximize the opportunity. Joe Biden just fumbled into like he couldn't stay on the topic. He went from that to immigration to a million other things, and everybody was saying he was just over prep. You know what I mean? It's like they put so many things that he just kept grabbing from every single piece of information. I don't know if that's the case, but the fact of the matter is that they missed an opportunity for Trump. It was not even a question of a lot more. It was just a little more that would have cemented the fact that okay, so you behaving presidential composure, but let's hear the policy. Like he could have said on day one, I'm going to do the following. Something like that would have been extremely impactful. Let me let you go on with some of the other things that you were.
So, by the way, you mentioned even the setup of the debate. I think it was beneficial to Trump because that mute button,
It was not intended to
also
be that. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree that it ended up benefiting Trump, but it was never intended. They did that because they
right.
didn't believe that he was going to behave. That's the bottom line. He thought he
Yeah,
was going to be crazy guy, lunatic, all
yeah,
over the place.
yeah,
January 6th, all
yeah,
over
yeah.
it.
One of my biggest takeaway, and this guy has been saying the same thing for decades. It's not even years, it's not months, it's not campaigns, it's decades. Trump's been saying the only reason why I will run for president is because I believe my country needs me. And so, I think for me, Trump not, I think the debate was done when it started, but he like cemented his position. And I think everybody went into panic when he said the statement of, um, man, what is it that he said? Because I love even the way that he said it. He said, I would be playing golf. I would be doing something else. I don't have a need to be here, but I see you doing such a bad job. You're doing such a terrible job as a president
Destroying
that
the
I
country.
feel that I have to serve my country and run for president. I don't need this. You are going after me. I wouldn't be going into not debates. What is it that I'm thinking about? I wouldn't have any cases against me, right? I wouldn't be in courtrooms or anything like that. Um, but you're chasing me down with all of these things because I am your political opponent. You basically, your policies, your presidency is making me take responsibility and run for president. I believe that that was like the last nail on the coffin in this whole process. I don't think anybody can come back from that, especially from a guy that already ran the country. Even through COVID, like before COVID, everything would have been, he would have been a two-term president, you know? So it's like you go from that to this, you're recuperating from the worst pandemic in the planet. Your numbers are going to be good just because out of pure, we're just opening up a country again. And you're unable to capitalize on that, and then you show up the way that you show up on the debate. That was something that for me was a big, huge Trump win, and I'm grateful that he was able to even utter it and explain it that way without being petty about the process. Because if there's one thing about Trump's delivery is that sometimes he's very, it's the orange man bad syndrome
He
came
makes it
from the
feel
fact that he doesn't
he makes
necessarily
it
is
feel
not.
he,
Yeah,
he makes it feel like it's a personal attack, almost like I'm gonna, you know what I mean, opposed to describing something. Then the issue for
right,
me though is he could have used just stick to the numbers. Listen, during the time that I
mhm,
was president, this many people came through the
right,
border. And here you haven't even
right,
finished and this many people came through the border. He could have said like simple things. And again, going
many
back to
times more people.
this is what I will do day one. The other two things that I
Right,
wanted to mention to you was, the economy, right? The economy, like there were some things that were said by President Biden that it's like, I like, wow, I can't believe you saying that with a straight face. And again, it's part of prepping somebody that even after making the statement, you can see that you know how we have right now this double image projecting at the same time. A lot of people were saying that the worst mistake, or something that really worked against them, President Biden, was the fact that this was taking place. So the camera was
right.
constantly capturing him, either
On
made a
him, yes.
statement and then blanked out and went into space or was looking down with mouth open. And well, at the same time, you have a Donald Trump that always quasi looks a little angry, you know what I mean? But he was just there, with
Yes,
showing strength and showing a forceful presence, which in reality, that's what most people wanted to see. You got